Hello everybody, what is up? This is ElectrifyXD here, and today we're going to be covering some more 2.2 release news. Last episode I've had the 2.2 itis, which yes, I've recovered from it, and now we're going to make more. Oh god. At around the 3rd of January, Robtop had released a new sneak peek that showcases the test animations for 2.2, and can I just say, am I the only one that feels like Michael Bay directed this one? But for real though, the video showcases a whole bunch of animations, most of them being fireworks being played with a finger dash. The showcase wasn't really that insane or anything. I mean, I know, having newer animations is pretty cool to see, but I never saw anyone in the audience just looked at the video and said, yes, I'll take 50 of them. Still, this is a pretty cool showcase to see coming around. Now, you thought that was boring, did you? Well, blam! Here's his new sneak peek. The video showcases nothing out of the ordinary, you know, just Robtop showcasing new blocks, scrolling past by them. And they seem pretty cool until... Whoa, what the f***? Now this is hella rad. As you can tell, the new autodraw feature, when selected through the edit special button, can automatically overlay the decorations in the layout of the structures, which, might I say, this is one of, if not the smartest move Robtop has done in a long ass time. I mean, seriously, imagine how much time could be saved just from this feature alone. It can turn my levels into something I regretted on for my lifetime to something that can have serious potential. We even got a few comments on the Discord server from Robtop himself.
There's a new block that is like the old stone blocks. You need to place it in the correct order. But it also has the edge versions, so it becomes a real pain to use the block. Now you can just auto build with it, etc. So the system was needed for the new level.
One person asked if this can work with complex designs, however, Robtop later denied and debunked that question. It's still cool to see a system that makes building way faster and much more efficient, so yeah, I can't wait to see what future awaits with this new feature. Wait a hot minute! Is this what I think it is, boys? Well, you bet your ass it does, judging by the fact that the 45-degree buttons are highlighted when the static blocks are selected. We can assume that the static blocks are now rotatable, meaning now, instead of having a normal layout, we can now have this mess. What a world we live in. Next up, we got is the new options trigger. According to Robtop, he said the following.
Added an options trigger earlier to make some small extras easy to add. On the trigger, you can do hide player 1, hide player 2, on and off wave, streak blending, hide ground, and show ground.
So, we're clearly getting a new trigger that has these sort of settings. In my opinion, I think this would be better off as their own objects or settings. It's a little bit weird to see all of these features combined together into this one trigger. It is pretty cool that we're able to hide a player from duel mode, disable the trail streak, and even hide the ground, so that's pretty neat. But a while ago on the 4th of January, Robtop stated that he was working on electricity animations. Didn't really add anything to that, just randomly said that out of nowhere, and I don't know how to transition properly with that. On the same day, he said this.
I want to find an easier way to browse Negron songs, but no easy system yet. It's a pain to look for songs. Test if available in GD, etc.
Apparently we're soon getting an easier way to browse through a Newground song, which, I genuinely don't care about this one. I mean, it's cool to have an easier way to browse through Newground tracks, but I didn't really care. It was already easy to add it in if you know how to do it, but I'm glad it's still being made soon. One message that Robert had stated weeks later in the middle of the topic of start positions, he went on and said this.
Yeah, start position sync is a nightmare sometimes. Not sure why pause resume tries to sync music, but it's not 100% with start position. It's even worse in 2.2 to be honest.
If start positions can get any buggier, then there's his hot take on the start positions on 2.2. And it's safe to say, it's up to no good. To be honest, I'm worried about what would happen to start position 2.2, especially when he claims to be worse than it is, and considering that we have things like the random trick and reverse orbs, now that's spooky. On that same day again, Memori asked Robtop if he can add teleportation portals that changes with the y-axis, and it's safe to say that he's probably thinking about it. To be honest, I can't imagine how it would turn out if it was a thing or not. Chances are, it's probably going to be a cluttered mess, but who knows. Up next, we have Robtop went to level limitless by optation and stated a few things.
Could be fun to do something like top score on level leaderboard has a badge and chat.
To be honest, this is kind of a cool feature to be implemented onto GD. I don't know what exactly the badge would be for, but whatever it is, it's a neat advantage and encourages people to play levels faster. I'd say that's a pretty solid idea. Meanwhile on Twitter, EVW had an issue about optimizing the FPS in level peaceful by Small and Silenox. Vibrant's response is this: as if the game doesn't have a recommended upper limit as we speak. This will be a place in 2.2, but since everyone just hacks past it, Robtop made it so you can go past that with no upper limit. But from there, you're on your own in terms of performance. There aren't really any optimizations made for dealing with huge amounts of objects in 2.2. Robtop will look into this in the future. However, the usual stuttering should be fixed in 2.2. So yeah, everyone can go home and celebrate. Unlimited objects is going to be added in 2.2, which questions as to how far people may go with the unlimited objects now, but I'm not sure. The good thing is that afterwards he mentions about frame stutterings being fixed in 2.2, which is always nice to hear. Another thing, he mentions that he will bring back the leaderboards Raptor 2.2. At the 5th of March, he also said this:
Yeah, we'll try to get the leaderboard back online after 2.2.
This is already a thought of mine for a while. I mean, if you're gonna update 2.2, why not update the leaderboard, you know? Makes the update a lot cleaner than having things left behind, you know? Seeing him acknowledge the broken leaderboards being fixed is a nice addition to 2.2. Now, around the 20th of March, Robtop revealed a new icon for the game and asked about what coloring people should prefer, colored fully or with gradients. Now, if you look at the chat at the time, Jesus Christ! Yeah, there was no competition at all. Everyone preferred gradient or colored fully, and to be honest, I can kinda see how, despite how weird it looks. Now brace yourselves, because what I'm about to show you is insane. Robtop outdone himself with this one. Yeah, not only did we get a new icon preview, but a new ball preview. This one has more of a grim look, and it kinda looks rad, and it gives me vibes of the Demon Master. Hella neat. Later on, he also revealed that the FPS bypass had been already added. Robtop has revealed about planning in an FPS bypass, so I'm not too surprised by this fact. Albeit, this will bring a ton of people into disappointment because, well... but it's nice for others to try out the newer hertz. Finally, the last thing that has been said was that there was going to be added some more special end messages.
I'm gonna add speedrun complete to the special end messages.
He also displays some lines of code, which obviously refers to his code on the special end messages. Speedrun Complete is one of them, which is a reference to PewDiePie's meme review on Nepessa's reaction to Kanos. Another one is... which is a reference again to Nepessa's meme. And that's it for this video, but before I end off the video, I just want to say thanks for the support that I've been getting on this series that I've been working on for over a year now. Really means a lot to me, and one thing I do gotta say though is that I'm going to push myself to make other commentary videos that are close to home, so please stay tuned to those. Now, am I gonna take a break from this series? Fuck no! Don't even say the B word! Break? Who gives a break on the channels, am I right? But for real though, I'm not quitting or taking a break on 2.2 news. I'm just trying to experiment through content and see what works and what doesn't. So yeah, hopefully you guys are hyped for those. Also, I'm going to be moving my live streams over to my new Twitch. So yeah, here's my new Twitch channel that I'm going to be live streaming over at. I'm kind of new over to Twitch and all that jazz, however, I will learn as time goes on, and I will also have a way more professional overlay on my streams now, so yeah, I hope you guys are excited for those as well. Not only will I live stream every Friday, but on Saturdays as well, at around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Zone.